Well, it's time to dig into the other meat of this game. So welcome back, everybody, to more Let's Play Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. This is your host, the MJ406. We're just going to dig into some of the extra content in here. Which really, I'm just going to see how much time it takes us to get through all the special stuff. Which, well, we can see what we have here. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot. 2 new things get added after you beat the game. You have the casting theater, which I believe is the cutscene theater for the games. So yeah, you basically have all the major cutscenes here. Yeah, all the 8 major cutscenes you have here. And yeah. Unless it's like certain... Either way, you can view cutscenes there. And boss survival, will do a boss rush. I guess if we have a lot of time left, I'll do that. But anyway, let's go to the previous story, which I accidentally went to the New York Mirror. They have, like, newspaper articles go what happened in the previous game. So why don't we just read into this to see, you know, the stuff you read about the first game before you jump into this one, which I guess I should have done first, but I never know. I'll remember for the third game to check the specials menu next time. Anyway, in the darkness of Shadow Moses, the unofficial truth, the author, Natasha Romanenko, reviewed by George Franklin. I feel like I recognize that name. Some topics of the recent American past have the immediacy and the power that still engage our collective imagination. Names like the Grassy Knoll or Roswell roll off our tongue with deliberateness reserved by most other nations for holy lands. With this new non-fiction account from Natasha Romanenko, Shadow Moses, the scene of a nuclear siege 2 years ago, is set to join their ranks. I guess it's supposed to be written right before the tanker mission for Solid Snake and Otakon. Official history states that the takeover of a nuclear weapons disposal facility on a lonely outpost in the Fox Islands, Alaska, was the work of a radical right-wing group. Their demands for the release of group members incarcerated in federal penitentiaries were never met, and the incident was speedily resolved by the successful deployment of a commando unit. BS, the author's jet asserts. Romanenko says that she served as an advisor to the nuclear emergency search team and deconstructs what she claims to be a cover-up story about the government with precision. Oh, yeah, I think she was the weapons expert from the first game. Yeah, that sounds right. According to the author, Shadow Moses Island was nothing less than the U.S. Army's testing grounds for a top-secret weapon known as Metal Gear Rex, an all-terrain bipedal tank with advanced nuclear capabilities. As for the facility's takeover, Romanenko alleges that it was the U.S. military's own shadowy wet works force, known as Foxhound, that staged an armed insurrection in a bid for Rex's possession. The government responded to this crisis by sending in a lone operative, a former Foxhound member, known only by the codename Solid Snake, into Shadow Moses. His infiltration is aided by a remote mission control team consisting of an unidentified Colonel Campbell, a Foxhound medical chief, Naomi, a radar electronics expert, Mei Ling, supposedly a teenager, and the author herself. Once on the island, Snake joins forces with Metal Gear's developer turned prisoner, Otakon, to eradicate the weapon of mass destruction. Among the other remarkable characters that make an appearance in Romanenko's expose is another Foxhound commando, a revolver virtuoso called Shalshaska, aka Revolver Ocelot. One of the most controversial allegations in the book deals with this figure's connection to a disavowed Russian militia led by a Colonel Gorlukovich. Romanenko paints a bleak picture of a 1,000-strong, highly disciplined army with nuclear weaponry operating covertly within the American border. Even more irresistible to conspiracy scholars and students of recent history is her thinly veiled suggestion that the whole affair was planned from the beginning by certain forces inside the U.S. government. The U.S. Army and the usual suspect of federal agencies have issued a statement denouncing the book as a complete fabrication. However, with a number of detailed eyewitness accounts that back up the author's assertions cropping up daily on the web, the denials serve more to enhance the book's growing reputation. Shadow Moses is an engrossing read for casual and serious readers alike, and promises to involve readers in a meaty debate over the truth of the matter for many years to come. Excerpted from the literary review column, all booked up, the New York Mirror. So the U.S. Army denied it. I guess that was part of the Patriots, too, huh? You know, reading into these after seeing everything happen in the second game actually makes a little sense. This one I did not read. The shocking conspiracy behind Shadow Moses. Oh, God! I wasn't expecting this to be 129 pages. I'm not reading a whole book. Oh my god. So I guess this is like a journal of somebody going through the entirety of this. Gary McGolden. Okay, yeah, this looks like it's somebody's personal experience. Holy crap, this is like a whole novel. Are you serious? Okay, I'm not reading the whole novel. I'm sorry. I guess if you really want to read it, I'll put the pages up for a bit, and you can read it on your own. Just pause the video and read it. But wow, they put a whole frickin' book in here. That's a lot of background information to need for this. That's insane. I mean, this sounds like this. I'm just glancing over it. Sounds like the voice of one of the engineers who is kidnapped into having to work with the Metal Gear operation. All the way in Shadow Moses in Alaska. And an optical disc involved. And well, it all began a month ago. The postman. Oh, and it's even going into how he got abducted in there in the first place. I see. Yep. Okay, so this is, I guess, one of the scientists that managed to survive from all that. That goes over everything that happened to him, how he got involved with Shadow Moses, what he learned from all of it. Ha! He got a letter bomb. And, well, that whole thing, like, well, I guess I could talk while I'm going through this. I guess I could talk about the, what I think about the plot so far. I mean, it definitely seems like a lot of the stuff that's happened has been because of the Patriots. But they're doing everything they can to cover things up. Then again, they're dead. So, yeah. Apparently all those Patriot people died 100 years ago. I guess maybe the third game shed some light on that, if I had to guess. And the fourth game, I suppose, that's probably going to go over the old conclusion to the plot with the Patriots. If I had to guess. Because, to my understanding, the timeline of all the Metal Gear games so far is as such. The very first one is Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. Because I think it goes over the first mission we get to be with that Solid Snake, who is the big boss that we know in all the later games. And then I believe after that it's Metal Gear Solid 5. Because I think that's another big boss adventure, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know too much about that one. I don't know much about any of the other ones other than the two I just played. Oh, wait. Sorry, I forgot one. I think before Metal Gear Solid 5 is another game in the HD collection. The PSP one, Peace Walker. That one is the in-between for supposedly 3 of the first Metal Gear, but then Metal Gear Solid 5 happened. So, yeah. Oh, this guy even tried to get some information from Romanenko about everything that happened in Shadow Moses. Huh. Okay, yeah, but I think the timeline is Solid 3, Peace Walker, the PSP one, Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, and then I think then after that is when Solid Snake, the one we know, comes in. That'll be Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake. That's Metal Gear 2's title. And then it's the rest of the Solid games. Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, excuse me. And then Metal Gear Solid 4, yeah. Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, is the last one. And then is Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Or whatever the title is. And well, I guess if you analyze it, it does make sense. Thankfully they date everything, so it's really easy to follow the timeline, but there is a lot to follow this. And I guess Hideo Kojima probably did have a hand in every single one of those. Oh yeah, and then we have Metal Gear Survive. Oh, Konami, you guys are assholes. Oh my god, I feel like I've been going through these pages forever. Oh my god. Just, come on, man. A lot of Foxhound stuff, Special Forces unit. But yeah, my guess is that a little bit of unfurling about what happened to the Patriots, so-called, that died, might be gone over in Snake Eater. Along with other things Big Boss had to do. Maybe it's about him defecting from, maybe it's him defecting from the Patriots forces or something. I don't know. Again, I'm purely speculating because I actually don't know. Oh, there's Mei Ling, Donald Miller. Huh. Going into a lot of details, a lot of the people involved in there. The terrorists. I guess this is a good read if you want to know, like, this really gives you, like, details on every single thing that happened in the first game. If you don't want to play it, you can read this whole thing to go over, like, all the background pieces, all the major things that happened in the first solid game, excuse me. And looks like it even talks about stuff from the first two Metal Gear games. Which, should I go over what happened to those again for those that didn't see my bonus episodes for Solid 1? Maybe I shouldn't. Well, I can go over basic details. First Metal Gear game, Solid Snake has to stop Big Boss from his, he's sent by Foxhound to stop a mission of terrorists awakening his super destructive weapon called Metal Gear. Basically, at the end, he saves the engineer and all that. He always gets betrayed. Oh, no, that's the second game. Basically, Big Boss is the one behind it, the leader of Foxhound. So Solid Snake learned he got betrayed, had to fight him off, and escaped with his life. Metal Gear 2. That was when, Metal Gear 2 was basically no more Big Boss around, where Solid Snake was still part of Foxhound. And while he learned that more terrorists in Zanzibar Land, whatever, had, they were trying to construct more nuclear weapons or something. And he had to face off against another Metal Gear, including from Gray Fox, the first one from Metal Gear Solid, or what his original identity was, who kept trying to fight off Snake. And he learned how he was getting caught up into basically another scheme. He was being betrayed again. And who does he find at the end of Metal Gear 2 after defeating the Metal Gear? Of course, Big Boss. He fights him again. And apparently Big Boss said something, whilst they fought, Big Boss said something like, whoever survives this will be the new Big Boss, will be the true soldier, the only Snake, or something like that. But then he left to go to Alaska. And then Snake beat him and then fled to Alaska to live off a life without having to do soldier work. And then Metal Gear Solid 1 happened. I think it's the best way I could sum it up, although I don't remember all the key details. I went over in the first bonus episode of Twin Snakes, so if you want better details how I read it out, go ahead there. But otherwise, this whole book is basically going over all the little details talking about the story of the first game. That's how messed up the story is. You have 129 page of excess material here to go over the first game. And they go over like everything, even stuff not mentioned in the first game to give you more context. Like, oh my god, the story for these games is insane. It really is. I won't call the story for these games bad. It's convoluted as hell, yes. It's not bad, but it takes a lot to understand here. There's just so much. This is crazy. Did they really have to come in and write all this? Like, oh my god. Whoever wrote all this, props to you, man. You basically wrote a book for this game to explain a lot of things and a lot of periphery elements from the first game. Wow, I love how that page is just one word, presidency. Wow. This is nuts, though. I can't believe this. This series is definitely an interesting one. There's a reason that Kojima has a major following, is seen as one of the gaming icons of developers, along the likes of Shigeru Miyamoto. Kishi Inafune, and others. I can't remember any other names off the top of my head, sorry. But he's up there in regards to some of the greatest game developers out there. Because, well, while the gameplay was usually in pretty good form, a lot of the excess stuff he does with the cutscenes and crazy twists and personalities and odd character traits and convoluted storytelling, some people really loved it, while others thought it was a little too much. There's a reason plenty of people like him, but there's also a reason that plenty of people just say he's a little nuts and is overrated for everything he does. Which, I can't blame them for thinking. Oh god, don't tell me there's another long article in the darkness of Shadow Moses. The unofficial truth. It's another book. Oh my fucking god! Are you kidding me? 324 pages? Hang on. I dedicate this book to the casualties of Shadow Moses, as well as to all those who suffered the tyranny of the nuclear weapons, and to Richard Ames, Natasha Romanenko. Oh, so they give you her book. Okay. Yeah, this is a little much. You have a build-up article to the book. Then you have another novel talking about their experience there that also talks about them talking to a bunch of the other people involved in the incident. And now you have Natasha Romanenko's actual book. Again, if you actually... Wait a minute. Oh! She was married to Richard Ames. Look at that. So yeah, again, I'm not gonna get rid of this entirely, but I will at least go through it slowly. So if you want to read it yourself, you can pause the video and read it. I didn't think it was gonna be this insane, but it is. They wrote 2 whole books about this game. I can't believe this, man. I can't believe this. This is the shit I'm talking about. This is the insane shit I'm talking about. Why would anybody need this in here? Why does there need to be a whole book in the game? Why? Oh, you bastard. Well, I guess this is all we're going over this episode, because freaking Kojima is an asshole. My goodness. I mean, I'll give him credit for this. While a lot of it can be convoluted and seem like nonsense, at least dedicated fans have a lot to dig into, so if they really like it, they could be digging into this for a long time. Seriously though, who the hell would read through this whole thing? Who is nuts enough to actually read the entirety of this whole freaking book in the... And I thought the Phoenix Wright games were bad when it came to reading and writing and all that. Oh my god. Reading through all this would take almost as long as getting through would take longer than getting through half of a Phoenix Wright game. My goodness. I guess this is talking about all of Natasha Romanenko's entire experience of getting involved in this incident, what she thought about getting involved with people, talking with Snake, getting involved with all the other people involved with Foxhound and the rest of the incident, and her personal life leading into this. And I guess Ames got probably put under fire because of something from this happening. And then he got killed by a simulated Fox die. Did Fox die come back there? I'm trying to figure that out. Oh, wait, no. Also, it said the nanomachines turned off his pacemaker, so his heart went out of control and killed him. Ah, ha, ha. Right. The virus was a simulation of Fox die to basically get rid of information on the Patriots from the, public. So they couldn't see it. But even that was a cover-up for the fact that they're dead. There's either a single person or a group of people up top who are controlling everything. And they have so many backup cover-ups. They got so many inside people that nobody can figure out who they are. Yo. This series is absolutely nuts. I kind of love it. But I just wish it would tone down a little bit. Just a bit. Yeah, this is going to be a really long time. So I'm sorry we're sitting through this whole freaking book thing. I feel I at least owe it to everybody who actually cares about this the opportunity to read it if they so choose. Just make sure you don't miss a page. If you're really trying to read it all, don't miss a page. Who the hell thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was smart? Well, since I'm going over this, you can probably mute me now if you want. I'm just going over stuff on my channel for the time being, since I'm just sifting through this now. For who knows how long. Honestly, I don't know anymore. I don't know how long this is going to go on for. But, yep, it's there for the people that want to read it. So go ahead, take your time. But anyway, stuff on my channel in the future. Let me see. I guess for the immediate subject, for Metal Gear Solid games, Metal Gear Solid 3, I'm going to wait at least a year before I go into the third game, just so I don't keep my mind in absolute insane territory for everything I had to deal with now. I'm trying to think of the other cycles. I know, let's see. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is, of course, another Pokemon game because I'm throwing a lot of RPGs out into the biggest cycle. And, well, that's one of my least favorite Pokemon games, but at least I'm trying to remember it as it was. Awful. Yeah, that's gonna go on for a while. I don't even need to say anything about that. It's Pokemon. If you know Pokemon. And, well, I could talk more about Pokemon Sword and Shield, but if you want to hear about it, just watch the freaking Pokemon Sapphire playthrough already, alright? If you really want to know about it, you can go there. The next schedule for Tuesday, Thursday, like I said, I'm probably going to go to retro gaming territory. I kind of thought about doing, I did Mega Man, the classic series last year. I had the thought this year to possibly go into, hang on. It left me. Oh, yeah. I kind of thought about starting the Mega Man X collection that came out a couple years ago. Because I had a lot of fun with that. I figured, why not get another collection of Mega Man games out of the way? Because, well, I really have enjoyed that series. I have other plans I want to do now, so I'm going to put that on hold for the time being. Because, truth is, I'd rather get some other retro games out. So, there are 2 games on the NES I really want to knock out. Because I have future plans for this channel for this year that, well, I think it would be a little more... What's the word I'm looking for? I think it would be a little better for that plan I have to do a couple other games first to prelude into it. Kind of like how I did Mario 64, prelude to Galaxy. How I'm doing Kirby's Dream Land 2. Oh, by the way, that is airing on Saturdays. Another Let's Play. Unless I finished already. I went on a marathon with this one, so I'm kind of forgetful. I know we're in the new year now, which, by the way, yeah, happy 2021. We survived 2020, didn't we? Ha! Who would have thought we could have done that? But, yeah, I'm doing Kirby's Dream Land 2 to prelude to what I'm planning for next year. I mean, for this year. Sorry. I'm still in a 2020 mindset. Excuse me. But, yeah, I have plenty of plans in regards to future content. As no Metal Gear Solid's off the table for now since I just did that. After Sonic Rush, which is the Sunday project, for those of you who didn't notice, I really love that Sonic game, but, well, I probably don't plan to do a Sonic game for a while, unless I want to redo Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for some reason. Or go into, the other DS Sonic game, or the Sonic Advance series. But those will probably wait a little bit, at least till late this year at the earliest. I gotta finish Sonic Rush first. I do love that game, though. But I already have the plan for what's going to come up after Sonic Rush, so I'm not going to worry about that. That's kind of independent from everything else. Sundays usually are. They try to not link up with everything else. Let me think. I mean, yeah. I know I have my usual annual plans like I tend to do. Annual Pokemon game, annual Phoenix Wright game. I'll at least get to finish the trilogy, so that'll be fun. And, the Mario RPG, that's the one that's going to concern me. I have 3 games on the table for what I want to do next for the Mario RPGs. There's... Oh, actually, no. Just 2. Just 2. 2, yeah. I want to wait on my third option. One is continuing on Mario Luigi trend to the 4th game. Or the other option is to get to, back to the other RPG series and enter the, infamous territory. But that's a late option. Whether I'm going to do that or not, I'm yet to find out. I finished Mario Luigi Bowser's Inside Story just late the past year. So I'm not going to worry about that for a good while. I'm going to wait to see what those plans are going to be till I get through, Pokemon Sapphire. Yeah, that's the one. Sorry, I'm a little dead. I can't believe this is still going. This is too much to read. This is too much bullshit going on. Just, ugh. I'm glad you want to go over every little detail of the first Metal Gear Solid game, but come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is too much. Oh, yeah, Master Miller. Big Dead. A big friggin' Liquid Snake. So, Revolver Ocelot. I guess he might be one of the main villains in the 4th Solid game, too. Because if I remember, Revolver Ocelot shows up in the first Metal Gear Solid game, too. I wonder if he's an enemy or an ally to Big Boss. I have to wonder about that. And here we go. Going over a lot of the ending monologue towards the ending of Metal Gear Solid 1. Of all the things that Liquid told about the Fox die, all the genetic experiments for the Big Boss cloning project, all that stuff. Oh my god. I gotta go a little faster. There's too much to go over. But yeah. I'm trying to think any other hints I can give for projects I plan in the future. Oh, right. One of my major plans. I'm planning on having another marathon, like I said. I want to get back to the retro games a little bit. And, well, I can say this. My most likely plan for after this is going to be 2 NES games, which are sequel to NES games I did a couple years ago. Because I want to use those to build up for another marathon I have planned to go over the next generation after that. And I can leave it there. I want to hit the NES and Super NES eras a little bit harder. Because as much as you can admire the modern days of gaming, or not admire them and hate them like the fricking old man that I am, I'm not even that old. But, I don't know. There's something you have to appreciate for the old days of gaming. You just have to. I mean, hey, technically this is an old day of gaming. They're HD ports, and they're games from the early 2000s. So, like I said, it's about 20 years ago. It's crazy to think a game that has this kind of intense storytelling, which is kind of what games try to be nowadays, was from 20 years ago, was the forefront of that. The more I think about it, the more I realize the Metal Gear Solid series is a big inspiration for what a lot of Western games have become. Oh no. Oh no. I'm starting to enter rant mode. Oh no. I realize I'm starting to enter into my rant phase of talking about how much I hate the Western gaming development scene, how they're all becoming the same fucking game, like Dark Souls all the time, even though that was made in Japan! God. How much everybody says that Japanese games suck? Japanese games have continued to mold how a lot of Western games are developed. Metal Gear Solid, Dark Souls, Like, they influence so much of what Western developers do nowadays. They don't even realize it. The only things they don't really influence are the shooter genre and the R style of RPGs, which I guess could go more the Dark Souls route. I don't know. But either way, I think I'm finally done talking. I can't believe I just sifted through 324 pages of shit. Okay. No Metal Gear Solid 2 substance data found. Yeah. That's the thing. I'll need to go into that in a little more detail. But, oh, maybe that's because I didn't take any photos. Yeah, by the way, the HD port of this game is based off of the Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance. I should mention that. That's the one that had all the extra additions in here. Which I think is the casting theory of boss survival are part of that, as well as the Snake Tales and the missions mode. Which, by the way, the PS2 release of Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance had an extra mode that never showed up in the HD collection, no matter what platform you're on. There's a skateboarding mode. Don't know why they had that, but yeah, there's a skateboarding mode in there too. Any dog tags for me to look into, by the way? I mean, let me see what I have dog tag wise. I'm curious. I only collected a couple for the plant. Oh, wow, look at that. They even show you the location where they are. That's nice. Huh, I thought I picked up 2 dog tags. I guess I was wrong. Peter Stillman. They gave you the date of birth and their blood type. So yeah, there you go. If you want to get everybody's dog tags, there you go. Oh, okay. I forgot I got on the tanker. Olga Grulukovic. My god, for how much of a smaller part of the game tanker was. There's still a lot in there. Holy crap. Woof. So yeah, you can view dog tags for information on people. They don't really unlock much else, I don't think. And the last thing to go over. Basic actions. So, are you new to the game and need to figure out how to do things? You can, well, get yourself a little tutorial here to go over a lot of the basic mechanics of the game. Oh, you can punch first-person view. I didn't even know that. How useful is that, though? I have to wonder. Right, that's how that works. But, yep. If you really have trouble understanding the game, or really want to go through this before, you know, do anything else. Which, by the way, that green model you're seeing of Snake going through, I think that's the, I remember there's a, oh, and Raiden. I believe there's some camo item you could get from the first game. I'm thinking that's what it would look like if you're wearing that camo, so nobody could ever see you. Which, you know, can be useful for stealth segments if you're trying to do certain things in the game. If I remember, that was one of the items you got depending on the ending from Metal Gear Solid 1. Which you didn't get in this game, because, well, I guess the higher difficulties are enough of a reason to replay the game if you're really trying to, you know, replay things for your own benefit. I want to see if going through all these will give us anything new to go over. Cardboard box. Yep. Yeah, sorry this episode got so long, but those books are insane. The chokehold. That was a useful ability if you didn't have a weapon. You can also do that to knock people out. So yep, you got your beginner for the easy abilities. Your immediate abilities, which require you to do a little more, and put you a little more at risk, but, you know, you can actually use these for, you know, some better maneuvers. Some moves that feel more fitting in other scenarios. Like, as much as these games feel like they're focused on story, there's so much to this that, you know, yeah, he's definitely wearing camo, I think. But yeah, there's so much of the combat. Oh, by the way, I never got the book. You can also do it as the magazine. You do that there so they can get distracted. Unless, of course, you know. And quick change. This can also be useful for, you tap the button, you can just quick select it, turn it on or off. By the way, that's also a way to quickly reload ammo when you do that with guns. And, of course, your advanced maneuvers. Blind fire. I love the different music for all the difficulties of all these maneuvers, too. Holding up the enemy, you can do that to get the dog tags. So this is how it would work. You basically point at them, keep your gun out. They will try to take your gun from you or turn the tables on you. If you make it a little weak, though, that's how you get dog tags from them. That's how that works. Using shield, grabbing somebody, holding them as a hostage, and move. Oh, I can shoot one. Oh, shit. That's useful. A lock-on button. Keep reading about that. Shake out an item that's not really advanced, but yeah, just keep dropping them. Keep picking them up and dropping them, and you'll eventually get it. Destroying radio. I did that a couple times when they were trying to call for backup. Shoot their hand or their headset, they're like, ah, crap. Can't call for help. Good strategy I managed to actually do a couple times. They did mention this, that I never took advantage of, but, well, if you need to lose somebody, the fire extinguisher is a good way to distract the enemy so you can get away. And, well, I did this a couple times, too. The hang and jump down. If you're hanging, you can press A to let go or Y to climb back up. However, if you press A at the right time, you actually jump on somebody and knock them out. Pretty neat. Okay, you don't get anything extra from that. But those are all the basic actions. We'll go over boss survival another time, I guess. Well, we went over all the back stuff for Metal Gear Solid 1. I hope you all enjoyed my rant over going over a lot of that. Well, you can read a lot of that yourself if you're really interested. Again, pause for the video, just go through it if you want. But, yeah, there's your background stuff for that. Maybe I'll save the boss survival as like a last hurrah for the game, maybe. But, next time, for the rest of the bonus episodes, the majority of them anyway, we're gonna do the snake tails. Like I said in the last part, the snake tails are basically, I said metaphorical, I think I meant to say, they're basically non-canonical imaginary scenarios that basically put Solid Snake there as the main character, playing along with parts of the shell, and going through, you know, possible scenarios that could have occurred. I believe there are boss fights in this too. Like I said, I looked into a little bit of this, but not a lot. I just wanted to get some general details so I know what I'm in for. And that's part of why missions I'll have to go over later. That's going to be a bitch to talk about. Okay, anyway, see you guys next time for the Snake Tales. And, well, I'll explain why I'm going over it next time, because, well, Snake Tales are going to do missions I won't fully. Either way, you'll see. So, see you guys next time for the Snake Tales. What I guess some people see is the fun part of the game, I suppose.